Hello there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Jedi Knights, the official Star Wars podcast of Joy Clicks. I'm your host, Christian Buckley, joined by my Chewie, Mike Connors, for episode 44.
Thank you for having me. We were just talking. We were talking about episode 66. We're almost there. We're getting there.
Yeah, go with me on this. I feel like the number of episode 44 feels like we're closer to episode 66 than in my head episode 55 would be.
I mean, I don't really understand that logic personally, to be honest with you.
Okay.
but good for you, man.
I bet you out of the pool of listeners and viewers we have across all these different platforms, there's at least one person that's like, you know what? He got it. He's right. I see what he means.
I'm sure there is. I'm not one of them, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I've just been reading recently stuff that isn't Star Wars related, but that's like kind of what's been consuming me.
Nice.
What about you?
I've been good. This past weekend, Mike, I'm a Marvel fan.
I am. I mean, I know you are.
This past weekend, I dove deep on this beta for the Avengers game coming out.
Oh, I was watching some of that.
Yeah. I had a blast. It's not a deep game. It's not a super complex game, but it's a ton of fun.
So, like, yeah, can you kind of, like, expand upon that a little bit? Like, what is it most similar to?
It's like if you made Diablo or Ultimate Alliance, but with a really big budget from a third-person angle, and just made each Avenger feel fun.
So, like, I would assume, I mean, from what I saw, it looked like each Avenger had their own, like, specific abilities and stuff. They looked like they played very differently.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
It's like, it's smooth transition between all of them, but they each have their own skills, their own abilities you can upgrade, stuff like that. So I had a blast with it, and I'm looking forward to playing more. But
yeah, I mean, when is it supposed to come out?
September 4th.
Oh, wow. So it's, like, done, essentially.
Yeah, pretty close.
Wait, how long's the beta? I feel like I was watching a lot of it. Like, it looked like there was a lot that was released.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of content in the beta. I probably played like 12 to 15 hours of it from Friday to Sunday, and it's free on PS4 this coming weekend, and it's free on PC and Xbox the weekend after. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess I'll have to check it out if it's going to be free.
Yeah, honestly, hot take, I want a Star Wars game that plays like that.
And, like, really? Like, how?
Like, I don't know how it would work canonically because of how strict we are with the timelines and everything.
Right.
So maybe it would just be like create a character. You pick your class. You can be a Jedi. Like, I guess it's basically the Old Republic, but make it more like a Destiny or a Borderlands in terms of the loot and progression.
Interesting. Does it have that type of progression in it?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So I would love a Star Wars game like that.
Yeah, I guess like you're yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Well, we're going to kick the show off, as we do every week, with From the Jedi Archives, our segment where we pull from the sacred texts, that is Wikipedia, and educate each other and the viewers and listeners on a little tidbit of info about Star Wars.
Why don't I go first this time?
Go for it.
I feel like I did go first the last time, but I just volunteered.
Yeah,
so
take charge. Go for it, man.
All right, so my poll this week is a character from Star Wars Legends. His name is Zane Carrick. He's a male human who was a Jedi Padawan during the Mandalorian Wars. I don't know if you want to pull it up, but last name Carrick. He is most prominently in the 50-issue run Knights of the Old Republic comic book.
Okay.
Basically starts off with him as a Padawan, about to basically go through his final Padawan Jedi trials, when his master turns on him, and a bunch of other Jedi masters turn on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it just follows him and his story throughout that. It's very interesting. Takes place in the Old Republic, and he's got a cool yellow lightsaber.
Oh, you always love to see that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we're on the cusp of really having fun with more colors in the movies and film and TV and stuff like that?
I hope so. I just want to see a yellow lightsaber.
Yeah.
I don't know why we haven't. I know I guess we saw that technically, right? Like,
Yeah.
but
Like in action.
that doesn't count to me.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see somebody use it.
Yeah. It's still a cool moment. Still seeing that on screen. It was like, hey, that's sick. But like, let me see some combat. You know, that'd be dope.
Totally. I want to see actual. I want to see it in use. I don't. It's not just for show. You know.
Yeah. I feel that. Well, interesting pull.
Thanks.
I like hearing a little bit more about the intricacies of, again, the politics of the Old Republic. I'm not super well versed in that, as I haven't really played the games, but
yeah,
it's interesting.
It's cool. It's cool. I read like the first 12 issues of this, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, comicsology, man.
It's great. Do you think that this character gets like repurposed for the High Republic, or are we sticking with Old Republic?
I think we're gonna be. I don't know if he's ever gonna be repurposed. To be honest, he's kind of like, not to be rude, like, but from what I read of him, he's kind of one-dimensional.
All right.
He's not really super iconic in any way. I don't think. I couldn't see the reasoning to take him and repurpose him.
Gotcha. Well, my pull is Bok Narg.
What?
Bok Narg. That is spelled BOKK space NAARG.
NAARG.
Yes.
Okay.
Bok Narg was a Celestin male who fought alongside Saw Gerrera before the formation of the Galactic Empire, and later as a member of Gerrera's partisans. Shortly after the Battle of Yavin, Narg attempted to defect from the partisans after seeing the futility of their cause. And I believe he eventually had a run-in with Inferno Squad, because Bok Narg's first appearance, and from what it looks like only appearance, is Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad, the book.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. You that's a real deep cut. I mean, I don't even know this character, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't either. You know, I just stumbled upon it and I was like, okay, interesting. Celestin, I can get behind this. This is interesting. I only know one of you, and yeah, seeing the tie to Inferno Squad is interesting, and the tie to Saw, honestly.
True. I honestly, though, I feel like I got spoiled a little bit from the Wikipedia page. Give some biographical information that maybe we shouldn't have seen. But yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Did you read the Inferno Squad book?
I have not read that book.
Okay.
I've only played the game. But it seems interesting. I think the whole concept of like somebody defecting from the Imperials, like, and joining the Rebels, kind of what we saw in Alphabet Squadron. But,
yeah. So those are our polls for Jedi Archives this week. Again, interesting. We're getting into the deep cuts now. You know, we're sorting through Legends and spin-off prequel books. So we'll see what next week brings us.
There will always be something new.
Absolutely. Speaking of, well, we do have some new things this week. Let me tell you, Mike, I told you this before, it is the lightest news week in the history of this show.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
It's we're filming this on Monday, August 10th. It's the dog days of summer. You know, no one's making any Star Wars news. They're just saving it up in their Star Wars glands to excrete it sometime in the fall, you know.
Yeah. So honestly, I feel like any day now, though, we should be getting a Mando Season 2 trailer, at least a teaser.
I feel like that's not... Yeah, well, I mean, the release date's like in October, right? So
yeah, and I believe that's the next notable Disney Plus original series dropping.
Okay.
So they should get the ball rolling on that.
Do we know how many episodes that is? Is it going to be 8 like the last?
I'm not 100% sure. In my head, I feel like usually Season 2 of a show normally gets a few extra episodes, especially if Season 1 was like a breakout hit. But I can look into that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not really that. Not really that.
From a quick Google search, it looks like 8 episodes.
Okay.
So,
cool.
But speaking of Disney Plus, we do have some news about Star Wars content on Disney Plus, specifically more casting for the Cassian Andor show. which I believe, so far, I think we only knew Diego Luna, and I believe Alan Tudyk.
I believe so. Yeah, I think they were both confirmed.
Yeah. So, we do have news that Adria Arjona, who is notably seen in Pacific Rim Uprising and the upcoming Marvels and Morbius, was cast as the lead opposite of Diego Luna in the show.
Cool. I'm not familiar with her at all.
I'm not either. I love Pacific Rim, but I did not see the sequel because Guillermo del Toro did not do it. But I hear some okay things about it.
Did you really like Pacific Rim?
Oh, I loved it, dude. It was pure fun.
Interesting. It always looked kind of silly to me. Not to be rude, but like.
Oh no, it is. But
Okay.
like, that's why I was there. You know, it was like that's what I wish the Transformers movies were. Like,
I see. So you were there for like the campiness.
I was there for mechs fighting Godzillas from Guillermo del Toro, and that's what I got.
That's all you really need, right?
Yeah. And also,
But that's cool. She seems like a good. I don't know.
yeah. So I don't know the extent. Well, obviously the reports are saying Cass is the lead opposite to Cassian himself. So I wonder if there's going to be some like familial tie, if it's just within the rebellion. Maybe it's an opposing Empire spy. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of ways you can take this show, you know, and these characters that are tied to Cassian.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I guess we don't really know exactly how she's going to be used, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, that's pretty much all there is to say there. Again, we really have no information following up. And in terms of what this show is, we've touched on this before, but it's worth bringing up again. We really don't know what this is focusing on. We don't know if it's about Cassian in his early days of being a rebel fighter. We don't know if it's fleshing out a specific story. Maybe it leads into Rogue One. I think all that's been confirmed is that Tony Gilroy, who came in for the reworking of Rogue One, is returning to, I think, write the show. So,
I mean, do you think it's more going to be? I guess maybe this is not something that you can answer, but would you like it to be more of like a Cassian Andor origin story, or would you want to see it be more of like a prequel to the prequel? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think I'd more want it to be. If you want to do some prequel origin stuff, you can do it in flashbacks, I think, and because it's an episodic show, I think you can probably, maybe even better than Mando did, have flashbacks that tie into the overall moral of each individual episode.
Okay.
You know, like, I think that's possible, but mostly what I want out of this is I want basically Cassian to have his own film split up into episodes about a new job he has to run with his crew.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be cool to like explore some of that like background stuff because he does say in like Rogue One like he's been in this fight since he was 6.
Yeah.
So like I think that would be interesting to explore that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody tweeted at Star Wars Newsnet on this news about Adria Jonah saying maybe Cassian's sister ? Which is
Okay.
like such a stretch. We have no
Yeah.
idea if that's true, but what I don't know. That just seems interesting to me.
Yeah, here's a bold claim. I'm gonna say this: Cassian he's playing a spy this time. He's spying in the rebellion. He's spying on the Empire in their ranks, and then Adria is playing a spy for the Empire in the rebellion, and then they get into some wacky antics. I think that's what it
Interesting.
is.
That would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, like
But-
the spy versus spy thing. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, we'll have to see what becomes of that. But again, not much to go off of right there. So,
Not at all. No.
what we do have though for our other news story is a fun little update about Vader Immortal, the ILM
Nice.
VR experience that has been tied down to the Oculus headset.
That I also have no way to access at all.
Yeah. last week, PlayStation had a State of Play presentation. We covered this a few weeks ago on this show, that Vader Immortal would be coming to PlayStation VR. However, now we know it will be coming to the headset August 25th of this year.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty soon. That's like 15 days from today.
Yeah, and here's my dilemma, Mike. To play this game, first off, it's 3 episodes, but they're all packaged together because I think it's in its initial release, it came out episodically, but now it's just the full package.
Yeah.
$30 for the whole thing, but it requires users to have the PlayStation Move VR wands, which I don't own.
How do you use it without them?
You can't.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the
So
thing.
that seems more like a you problem.
It is.
Than a them problem.
It is, but
Do they not sell it? Like, does it not come with it? Like, how does that... How do you
So,
not have those?
here's the thing. I got my PlayStation VR because I was just feeling it one day. You know, it's when I got a promotion at work. I was getting more money. I was like, you know what? I'm curious. I really like Tetris. There's a VR Tetris game coming out this year. I'll just do this for myself.
Yeah.
But I
Treat
cheaped
yourself.
out. I was like, I'm gonna get the cheapest version. That's just the headset and the camera. And for the games that I got with it, that worked fine. But with the instance of this and like Iron Man VR, you need the wands because there's hand tracking.
I guess I didn't realize that, like, some games work without the wands. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Okay. Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. But this and Iron Man VR are the only games that I have any interest in that use these wands, right?
Yeah.
And the wands brand new are like $80 or $90 for a pair.
Okay. So that's a lot.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is a $120 game for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's only $30, right? For all.
Yes. But I would need to get the wands in addition.
Right.
So
I mean, do you think you could maybe get the wands, like, off of Craigslist or something? Maybe someone's selling them on Facebook. You never know.
yeah, I have to look into that for sure. Hopefully I can find some cheap ones. It would be wonderful if you only needed one wand, and then because like the lightsaber, that'd be great.
But you need to.
I think you might need to. So I will look into that, and I'll get back to an update on that on the show.
Yeah. You gotta make sure that we know if you're playing it.
Yeah. But you mentioned you don't have a way to play this. Is this something that you think is going to continue in the case of Star Wars? Obviously, we've seen Squadrons is going to be fully playable in VR. The same studio that did Vader Immortal is now working on Galaxy's Edge VR stories. Like, what do you think the future is for Star Wars in VR?
Well, I think they're definitely pursuing it. I think seeing that Squadrons is going to be partially, like, or fully VR compatible shows that, like, they're not casting that technology out whatsoever.
Right.
I do think it's very, like, the technology itself is very novel. Like, we don't really, it hasn't become quite mainstream yet. And so, like, I feel like we're still in the early stages of these things. And people have big expectations for, like, VR games and stuff, but I really think that we're just seeing the beginning still. Like,
yeah.
It's going to grow in popularity as the technology gets better and it becomes cheaper. It already has become pretty cheap. A lot of people own it.
Yeah.
But it's just like not. I don't know. I think that there's definitely going to be more Star Wars stuff. I think the whole Squadrons thing shows that.
Yeah, I think you're right. And even before this, like, EA did show an interest with PlayStation VR because I think this might have been an exclusive thing, but when Battlefront 1 came out, there was that X-Wing VR mission that, I think was only available or launched only on PSVR.
Yeah.
So I think Star Wars in VR kind of just makes sense. It's such a fantastical world that has so many in-universe ways that you could design an experience around VR. Like, you have the Force, right? That works perfectly in VR,
Totally.
And same thing with a lightsaber. Like, a lightsaber in VR makes perfect sense. That makes too much sense to not do.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's no wonder that like ILM has its own VR, section of their business, right? Like,
uh huh. And you have
they're making stuff.
yeah, and you have to wonder too. Like I believe at either Disney World or Disneyland, they have that like the Void thing you can do where it's a group experiments. You put on like the backpack and the headset, and then there's like finger tracking. It's probably the most advanced consumer available VR experience, and they have an entire Star Wars thing set up. So you're in like a warehouse room, I think, and with the headsets on, there is like furniture and stuff and things you can interact with in the VR world that are matched with just like blocks of foam and stuff in the real room. So you could technically see a table, walk up to it, and like lean on the table.
That's craziness.
Yeah, and it's a multiple, I guess, player experience there. But because of the situation, like maybe that's why we might see a more home focus for VR experiences in this universe,
Yeah, I just think that like it becomes difficult because you can't do those like extremely interactive things. Like you can't have a table that like is in everybody's living room set up the exact same way, like, which is kind of a shame. But I think that that's where the line is going to be drawn between like the experiences that you can get like if you go somewhere and play it versus the experience that you're going to get at home.
Yeah. Mike, say you had the best VR headset. You had all the little side whirligigs for hand tracking and stuff like that. The Valve one, right? That one seems huge. So say you had that, and
I had my own room only for the VR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm envisioning.
Okay. If you could have any Star Wars VR experience you want, what would it be?
I could have any Star Wars experience. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like probably some sort of space battle. I'd probably want to like partake in the Battle of Endor.
Ooh.
But I would want like a replica of the X-wing cockpit so I could sit inside it while it happens.
That's good.
That's what I want.
That's a good pick.
What about you?
I think if I had to go, because the thing is, we have Squadrons coming up, right? And I feel like that's gonna satisfy most of my needs for spaceships. Obviously, it's not like the Falcon, but I think what could be cool is, again, you want to go for like the cinematic aspect of Star Wars, recreate scenarios of some of the most famous battles, lightsaber battles, and allow yourself to insert yourself in as any of the participants in that battle. So like a VR Duel of the Fates, you can pick to be Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, or Darth Maul, and then you just play that battle out, It would end the same, but the in-between is up to you. Same thing with the Battle of Heroes on Mustafar or the Throne Room in 6. Like, I feel like there's potential there, recreate the iconic saber duels.
Definitely. I think that is a good idea. I would love to be like, I don't know how good like the combat actually works,
True, yeah. Like,
that just worries me.
Because I think you might be able to justify it of like, it's a lightsaber, so you just really need the hilt, and that's what the PlayStation remote is. But in your head, we might have talked about this before. In your head, that would like a lightsaber being swung, would it feel like it's just light, or would you feel weight to that in your head?
I would feel weight to that.
Yeah.
In my head. In my head, I imagine that there's like some sort of weight to the lightsaber.
Me too. Whenever I see it, like, I don't know if this is a thing that's discussed much, but like, I always think it has weight. Like, I know it's a beam of light, but it always in my head is like, okay, that's just the same balance and weight of a sword,
I always think of it that way. I mean, like, I don't know, you always look at, like, take Kylo Ren, for instance, the way that he, like, or at least just the sequel trilogy, like, the way that they handle the lightsaber, it looks like it's heavy.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like they're like, hefting something. And so I always thought that way. I mean, like, the prequels, like, it looks like they're just they're just like waving it around like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that might be because they're just like their powers are just like so gone that like they can just it just doesn't matter to them.
Yeah. Peak Jedi training in those prequels, you know?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
Luke.
To Rey doesn't quite have that training. So
Yeah, because the thing is, Luke didn't either. Luke just had some sloppy instruction, like, hey, swing it like this, not like that, from Ghosts, you know? Like, he didn't really have much practice.
no, it's true. I mean, like, he does kind of like it does seem like it has some weight in that trilogy too.
Yeah.
But
So, that's the update on Star Wars VR for now. Again, I'll keep you posted if I end up getting it, but...
Yeah.
Another update...
Go
Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, I think that might be a good transition to what we chose for our book. But
Yeah, so, for August, we're doing something a little different this time. In 2 weeks from now, so the episode that we'll be releasing the week of August 24th, we will be reviewing, let me get the full title, Star Wars Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith, Volume 1 by Charles Soule. This is a comic book, so we're diving into Star Wars comics. Mike,
it's a good one, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever read it? I've read it.
I haven't. I've read a Vader comic. I'm blanking on which one it was, but I've heard great things about Charles Soule. He did write The Rise of Kylo Ren, which I know you've said is really entertaining on the show before.
Yeah. Chef's kiss, man.
Yeah. So, very excited to see him tackle Vader.
It'll be good. I'm excited.
Yeah. So.
I think we should. Are we going to go back to the regular novels afterwards, though?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Word.
That's the plan for now. So we're just taking like a little breather, you know, dabbling in some other Star Wars writing. I
think you're right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be fun. I haven't really. Last summer I went into Marvel comics, like hard, but this year I haven't been reading many comics, and I still haven't really dove into Star Wars comics. So I hope this is like a gateway for me.
I've read this before. It's pretty good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna enjoy it.
Nice. I'm hopeful.
I always get confused that we were kind of talking about this before we started recording. There's that other Darth Vader comic book arc,
right?
And I always get it confused with this one.
Yeah, we did spend about 5 minutes trying to figure out which comic was which. Yeah. But that's what we're dealing with right now. So look forward to that. And again, I think that's on Comixology, Amazon, local comic book shops. If you have them in your area, go support them.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, Mike, we have reached a point of the show where it's our time to improvise, right? It's the show that truly becomes our show at this point because we have no other talking points.
Exactly. It's just, now we're just riffing, man.
Yeah. So, what we're doing this week, I have 3 of these pulled. You and I are going to we're each individually going to do this. We're taking Star Wars personality quizzes via BuzzFeed to find out, one...
The gold standard quizzes.
Oh, of course. The first one, don't know the order yet, but the first one is, are you a Sith or Jedi? Of course.
Okay, yeah.
Which Star Wars movie perfectly matches your personality? And then, which Star Wars character you relate to the most?
Cool.
So,
those are all good ones. I think they're gonna explore different areas of our personalities.
Definitely, and I think by the end of this, you might know too much about us. So,
I think so. Yeah.
Why don't we start with the simple one, Jedi or Sith? You know.
Okay. Yeah. You got to make sure. It's all black and white. Life is black and white, right?
Yeah.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah, sure. Let me send you this real quick. So, the first one, Jedi or Sith. You have been vocal about your love of the Rebellion, the Jedi Order. So you think you're going to land Jedi, right?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
We'll have to see. I think it's more likely than not that I'm going to end up Jedi, but you know, I have some Sith qualities. Let's not be. Let's. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
I don't think so, Mike, because as you said, the world is black and white. So.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
You got the quiz pulled up?
I do. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna read the question, and then we can both give our answers.
Should we? Are these quizzes going to be linked in the description or something so people can follow along?
Yeah.
All right.
Those are.
Don't mean to make you do more work. That doesn't seem like
no.
much work.
It's not. It's not. It'll be for audio listeners. It'll be listed in the YouTube description because I don't think I can do hyperlinks on Spotify and Apple. But
All right. Word.
First up, someone has done you wrong. Do you seek revenge? Yes or no?
Ooh. Like what kind of wrong did they do me? You know,
like
that's the question.
They cut you off.
Oh.
Do you try to? Yeah. I'm also saying no. I played some games that talk about how bad revenge can be, so I'm inclined to say no.
Okay. All right. I can't say that. You know, someone did something pretty bad to me. I may seek revenge on.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you typically hold grudges?
Not typically.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I feel like I'm pretty easygoing.
Yeah, I don't think I hold a grudge against anybody.
What if I just went off about how The Last Jedi is the only good Star Wars movie? Would you hold a grudge against me then?
I think you've already done that, right? I mean, maybe not to that extreme, but like, you did come in with a binder full of your arguments.
Yeah,
the last time.
We got close to that.
So right. Yeah, if it was going to happen, it would have happened that question. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Your friend stole the answer key to a test. What do you do? The options are: report them, use the answer key to your own benefit, don't say anything, but don't cheat either, share the answer key with the entire class.
That's a tough one, man.
Mike, have you ever cheated on a test?
Of course, man.
Yes.
I can't. What kind of question is that? Yeah, I'd say you're not the one doing the stealing, right?
No, your friend stole the answer key. What do you do in this situation?
I think this is a little bit overtly like stealing, which is like I'm not sure if I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying maybe if you found other ways to cheat, it would be a little bit more acceptable. But this is just like this is the most blatant cheating, you know.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I absolutely would have said use the answer to your benefit, but we're not talking Quizlet here. Rereading this question, it's very much you went up to the professor or teacher's desk, looked around, snooped, took the thing, went back to the desk.
Yeah, I mean, it's not saying you did it, it's saying your friend did it. But I'm saying, like,
right.
if you become complicit in that, like, it's different. It's different than like, oh wow, the answers are like online somewhere. I'm gonna write them down on my hand. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Now here's the thing. What if the instructor's horrible? Because I think in that case I would cheat.
If the instructor is portable, you said?
Horrible, like they're just bad at their job. Because I've had professors and instructors before that I don't learn a damn thing. So. Right.
You know what? I'm gonna say like there are too many variables in this question. But I would say I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm not gonna cheat either.
I think you've guilted me into saying that as well. Because the more I think about it, the more I don't want to be tied down to that.
Yeah, I mean it's just like, hey man, do you? Not snitch.
Yeah.
But not into it.
Mm-hmm. Well, next question. What do you want most out of life? The options are power, love, order, wealth.
What if I don't want any of these most out of life?
Well, look at it in the terms of what the question is. You know, it's like,
all right.
If these are your options, if you could have one of these things guaranteed, what would it be?
Probably love.
Yeah, I'm not really crazy about power or order. I like the chaos, you know?
Sure, yeah, why not?
Burn down the structures of society.
The wealth thing, I mean, I'm about to get real deep here. The wealth thing is, like, probably a close second. But like, you know, there's so many stories out there that teach you that, you know, money's not everything, right? There's
Yeah.
got to be some meaning in that. I don't have wealth at the moment, so
Here's okay. You want to go deep?
yeah,
Here's something that I want to call some BS on. When people
Sure.
say like, "Oh, money can't buy happiness," when it's like, "Oh, you can either be sure to meet the love of your life or get $10 million." Money can't buy happiness because like the thing that's tied to that is all the greed and horrible things you have to do to become like a billionaire, right? If somebody's
Exactly.
just throwing some money at me, I'll take that. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no to like guilt-free money,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. The whole wealth thing is like, how'd you actually get that wealth? And
Yeah.
did you actually work for that wealth, or did you just exploit others for it?
Right.
So you know what? I'm choosing love because it doesn't matter how much money you have. If nobody loves you, if you don't have somebody to love you, if you don't love somebody back, you're just a lonely dude. That's gonna suck. So,
Yeah. I'm also going with love because I'm terrified of being alone.
exactly. There you go.
Also, I'll say this: I feel like all of the answers for this question are Sith.
Yeah, it's like a biased question.
Yeah, because Jedi can't love, they can't be greedy. Order, maybe that's the Jedi answer, but like I feel like the Empire's like we want a grip around the throat of the galaxy, you know?
I think most of these questions, it's very obvious which are the answers.
Yes.
Like,
Potentially because some of the questions are all blue or all red. Next question.
yeah.
What do you care the most about, being right or being happy?
Being happy, I guess.
You're gonna tell me. Well, actually, you know what? I think you're right. Because I'm very much being happy. I think, but I think a younger Christian. No, it'd be being happy. It'd be being happy.
Hey man, you got to answer these true to you. I
Yeah.
don't want to. My answers shouldn't sway your answers, and vice
True.
versa. I'm gonna say being happy.
Yeah, I think the only exception about being right is, again, convincing everybody that the Last Jedi is good.
Exactly. I was just about to say. That's the only time.
That's the only time. That's the only exception.
I chose being happy.
Me too. Choose one: being loved or being feared.
This again, it's so obvious.
Yeah. I'm gonna say being loved. I don't like it if I come off intimidating. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's just
There's-
like you could, but the thing is, though, is like you can be feared, but also be loved, and
Yeah.
it's
You could have people be afraid of how much they love you.
yeah. People can love you so much that it scares them.
Uh-huh.
That's what I want.
So fear? If that's your ultimate goal?
No, I'm gonna say loved.
Hmm.
I'm a softie.
Is it okay to lie? Yes, no, it's a gray area. Lying is a necessary evil.
It's a gray area.
See, again, I was just gonna default to yes. It's completely okay to lie in cases.
I think it's a gray area. I think if you say yes to this question, you're saying it's okay to lie in every situation. I don't agree with that.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes, Mike.
Exactly. So you know what the Sith answer is. I mean, think about it. The Jedi lie, right? So like, they lie all the time.
Right, but if it's a matter of like, why didn't you come into your shift on time? It's like, oh, car. Like, I feel like that's an easy way out. That's completely okay. If somebody's like, why don't you want to do hardcore drugs right now? It's like, oh, I have to babysit tomorrow. Like, I think there are
Yeah.
very many occasions. Obviously, it's not like if your partner is asking you a question, it's like, so where were you? Like that? Nah.
Well, this is the thing. This is what I'm thinking about, right? Like my day job, like I'm a journalist, so like I've never like lied as a journalist. It's not okay to lie as a journalist.
Oh, sure.
But like, this is the type of thing that I'm talking about. But like you said, like your boss asks you like why you came into your shift late, and you give them a white lie and you say, my car was, X, Y, Z,
Mhm.
whatever. I think it's a gray area. I think that there are times where you can lie and there are times that you can't. You gotta like figure that out for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with you on that. It's gray. Because if it truly is yes, being every scenario it's fine to lie in, then yeah, I'm not with that.
I think that that would be what you're saying if you answered yes.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So, next question. What's your opinion on the following sentence? Quote, I put myself before anyone or anything else. The options are, that's my personal philosophy. I think that's selfish. I think that's a fair statement, but that's not my personal philosophy. In a world like this, you're kind of forced to think that way.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I wear a mask, so I can't say no to that last one, or say yes to that last one.
Oh, you're just so you disagree with in a world like this, you're kind of forced to think that way.
Yeah, because again, context. World like this, you can't just think of yourself right now. You know, like you have to be considerate.
Sure.
Um,
But I guess you can also say putting on a mask protects yourself more than anybody else.
that's true. You know, there's an angle to take there.
I mean, I actually don't know if the science necessarily matches that.
I don't think it is. I think it's more about protecting the people around you. But
Yeah, never mind.
what's your opinion? I put myself before anyone or anything else. I mean,
I don't know.
if a situation comes across on Christian Buckley's plate, and then I say, what am I gonna do with this situation? Odds are, I take a second and be like, one, how will I feel about saying yes to this? Two, how will this affect me? And then three, how will this affect the person I'm helping, or something like that? You know?
Sure, and I guess in like that line of logic, you just automatically default and think about how is this going to affect me first before you think of how is this going to affect anybody else.
Yeah, but like, again, it's case to case, you know? Because like, if there's somebody, like if it's my girlfriend, she's like, hey, I really need your help right now. It's like, okay, what is it? You know? And or like some of my best friends, it's like, okay, I need you to help me with this. It's like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't know. I think that there are moments where like you do need to put yourself before anything else, right? Like
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like it would be selfish to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a fair statement. I think saying I put myself before anyone or anything else is like, yeah, definitely. In certain situations and circumstances, you got to put yourself before anybody else.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that more this year too. You know, just because like we have the opportunity to be alone right now, so it's like, you know what? I'm gonna try and be like mentally healthy this year. So like,
yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta just like I don't know, like in your life, sometimes you get stressed out. And you have like things going on, and you need to learn how to disengage.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna go with I think it's fair because I do agree with that sometimes, and that's the closest option here. I think.
I agree with that.
So, do you believe in right and wrong?
Yes.
Again, what are we talking about here? Like,
I think there are some things that are just objectively right and objectively wrong.
yeah. Yes.
Like murder.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's just that it's not as simple as that for most other things.
Yeah. So, I think this might be this is the last question, but let me tell you, I was not expecting to go this deep on the Jedi or Sith test.
Honestly, man, yeah, I just wish that the answers were a little bit better.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say yes to right and wrong. Personally.
Yeah, I agree. Lastly, you discover that your best friend is cheating on their significant other. What do you do? The options: that's none of my business. I tell their significant other. I confront my best friend and tell them that either they will tell the truth or I will. Make sure your best friend doesn't get caught. Okay, here's the thing here.
Yeah.
If it was truly me in this situation, I wouldn't be like, I'm going to tell if you don't. I'd go up and be like, hey, this isn't cool. Reconsider. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't agree with any of these. I think if I were to agree with any of them most, it would be I confront my best friend, tell them that they either tell the truth or I will. But I agree with you. I don't think I would. I wouldn't snitch on them.
So,
I would just be like, yo, you gotta not do that. Like,
Yeah.
that's not cool. But I ain't no snitch.
right. I mean, I think in this case, I would answer it's none of my business, but I would say I would like have a heart to heart with that friend. You know, it's like, hey, what's going on? I know, like, I know who you are. Why are you doing this? This isn't you. Don't do this.
Definitely.
You know, and I would be inclined to be like, you know what? I think you should talk to your partner about this, probably, but I'm not going to intervene. You know, I'm not going to confront them for you.
Yeah, that's just the thing. Like, I would absolutely, like, advocate for this person to come clean.
Yeah.
And tell them as such, but it's not my place to, like, do that for them.
Yeah. So
none of my business.
I agree. And let me tell you, Mike, I got Jedi. I think you did too.
I think I did too, yeah. I got Jedi.
So
We are guardians of peace and justice.
yes, we are. As a natural leader, you use your knowledge and skills for the greater good of the galaxy. So, guess we're leaders.
Yeah, I think I agree with this.
Yeah, we're hosts. We gotta lead something.
Exactly.
Lead a conversation.
Exactly.
Uh,
Though Darth Revan did lead the Sith across the galaxy during the Old Republic. So.
That's fair. Do you think that's accurate? Do you think that's an accurate assignment?
I think it's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. So, why don't we save which movie you are for last? Because that's the most interesting one, I think.
I think so too. Yeah. Let's do the other one.
Okay. So, the
What is
next
it?
one we're doing, this quiz will determine which Star Wars character you relate to the most. I am sending it to you, Michael.
Thank you, Christian.
Okay. The first question, what emotion do you often feel? The options are brave, passionate, happy, broken.
Jesus.
You know,
Man, you weren't kidding when you said that our listeners and viewers are going to learn a lot about us here.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think I feel brave often. I don't think I feel happy often.
No.
So I think I'm between passionate and broken. And I think personally, I might lean passionate because when I get into something, like if it's a project or a show or work or an idea, I get really into it. So I'm going to go into passionate.
I'm going to say broken. I'm fine, but I'm going to say broken. Moving on.
I mean, I relate to that, dude. Could have tossed a coin on that one.
Yeah. Passionate was the runner-up.
Yeah. What do you struggle with the most? Darkness, anger, overthinking, or love?
Oh, God, overthinking.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Overthinking, chalk that up to the old anxiety.
Yeah, like that's easy.
Yeah. Choose an old song. Born This Way by Lady Gaga. High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. That's old. Oh my dear Jesus.
Wow.
Clarity by Zed. Oh, that's recent. Show Yourself by Idina Menzel.
That's out there. Idina Menzel. Okay.
Yeah, like one of these things does not belong.
Yeah, I'm gonna say "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga because that song slaps.
Yeah. Clarity was like always on the radio for like 5 years, so I hate that song.
So is "Born This Way" though.
True, but I'm gonna go High Hopes. I never went through a panic phase. You know, I was more Fall Out Boy and Green Day. But High Hopes is pretty good. Also, I love Lady Gaga. That's just not my favorite song of hers.
Oh, my favorite Lady Gaga song is Alejandro.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Anyways.
Choose a Star Wars actor. Daisy Ridley, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, Ewan McGregor. I'm going Ewan.
Yeah, same.
Who'd be your sidekick? R2, your role in Solo, Jar Jar Binks, or Chewie?
R2.
Yeah, R2's my fave. I gotta go with him. Next up, pick a Disney movie. The options are Hercules, Frozen, Mulan, Lilo and Stitch.
Honestly, I really like Frozen.
I'm gonna go Mulan.
I think Mulan's the best out of the four of these.
Yeah, Mulan I think is top 3 Disney animated movies. But let me tell you, I have a huge fondness for Hercules that I know a lot of people don't have.
Okay. What about Frozen? Have you seen it?
Yeah, Frozen's good. I liked it. I never saw the sequel, but I liked Frozen.
Yeah.
I know people hate when you bring this up. I liked Tangled more than Frozen. But Frozen's still good.
They kind of seem the same, to be honest.
They're a little similar, yeah.
But, yeah, no, I really liked Frozen, but I think Mulan is just objectively the best one.
Yeah. But are you still voting Frozen?
No, because I really like Mulan.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I voted Mulan also.
Yeah.
Favorite thing to do. We have 4 images here. We have someone holding a video game controller. We have a basketball on the ground. We have someone reading a book. And someone dancing. I'm going to say video games.
I'm going to say reading a book.
Interesting. Okay.
All
We
right.
should have our characters.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Mike. Who do you got?
So I got Luke Skywalker.
Let's hear the description.
So the description is, you're often a stubborn person and struggle with finding the truth. You don't always follow the rules, but you're a fighter.
I feel like that's got some journalist energy to it.
It definitely has some journalist energy to it because I'm always looking for the truth.
Yeah.
And it is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Stubborn? Definitely. And don't always follow the rules? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. It's accurate. Also,
Nice.
I love Luke. So
You do. I got
who'd you get? Yeah.
I got Leia.
Okay.
You can be sassy and controlling. Fair. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but fair. But it's only because you're a true leader. Okay, I'll take that.
It's true.
You're brave. And you try to bring hope among every situation. Okay. They had me for a bit, but they really cinched it at the end, I think.
I think you try to bring hope to every situation. It's very Christian Buckley.
Yeah, me too.
And I agree with that. I agree with all of that. You're a good leader.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Of course, man. I like that quiz.
Yeah, that was a good one. Now we have the one that is undoubtedly the most interesting.
Yeah.
Here's the full title.
This one's really like just gonna look right into our souls.
Oh, absolutely. This is gonna say more about us than anything else.
Yeah.
Here's the answer, or here's the full title.
Yeah.
Don't freak out when we reveal which Star Wars movie perfectly matches your personality.
You're so the Rise of Skywalker.
Man, what if they're trolling and every single answer is The Rise of Skywalker?
I would break my computer.
Okay. First question.
Mhm.
Which best describes where you are in your, quote, journey?
Oh my god, there's so many answers. 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 answers. Alright.
Okay, well, there's a lot of Star Wars movies, Mike.
I guess, yeah, is this all, what are that, 11 Star Wars movies?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
So the answers are leaving it all on the floor, seeking adventure, finally getting to a good place, letting love guide the way, cementing your legacy, taking your career into your own hands, getting away from the past, staying out of trouble, reinventing myself, confronting problems, motivating others, trying my best.
Dude, trying my best.
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
I'm gonna say taking your career into your own hands. I'm really trying to make things happen right now.
Yeah, man. I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying trying my best.
Dope. I feel like that would have been the backup.
Yeah. That's all you
Just-
can ever do.
Describe your love life. I love my friends. Gonna focus on myself for a while. I have a crush. It's finally happening. There's one that got away. We're friends, maybe more. No time for love. We are trying to change each other.
Oh,
All
doesn't
passion.
sound healthy.
All passion. It's complicated. Career is getting in the way. I hate love.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, I have a significant other.
Same.
I think the only one that really matches is all passion, baby.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think my girlfriend's one of, if not my best friend, so friends maybe more. I'm torn between that or passion, but I want some Sith energy in this one, so we're gonna go passion.
Of course.
What is your comedy style? Only one person gets me. Situational workplace stuff. Crazy scenarios. Sarcastic. Observational. Inside jokes. Slapstick and wacky. Dry. Dark. Wholesome. Tension breaker. Puns galore.
Interesting. Never thought of this.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a combination of some of the worst ones. Like, I feel like puns, tension breaker, observational, inside jokes. I feel like all of that can qualify.
I think puns resonates the most for you. Like
Based
for
on our
me.
segues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it's puns. I'm kidding myself. It's puns.
I think it's puns, man.
What about you?
I don't really know. Like, I don't think I'm very funny, so I'm just gonna say dry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like dry. Like, you don't always go for jokes, but when you do, they hit.
I'm not like, it's not something that I try to do. So
Hmm.
thanks for letting me know that my jokes hit though.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. They do. Don't worry. What's your fashion sense like?
Oh, hot. Is that an option?
Should be. Oh, sexy is. Okay. Bring it back. Don't know what that means. Like 90s, maybe?
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Mm.
Work chic. Dressed for a funeral. Messy.
What?
Classy. Whatever's clean. Sexy. Winter gear. Retro. Mix and match. Futuristic.
What's the difference between retro and bringing it back?
I think retro would be like you dress like you're in the 80s, but bringing it back would be like, hey, scrunchies are in again.
Oh yeah, like
You know.
fusion. I see.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, obviously I like being comfy, and that's pretty much all the past 8 months have been.
Yeah, then I'm also a guy, so it's kind of like whatever's clean, right? So
Quarantine specifically has went into that, but Mike, I love hoodies, so I think I'm gonna go winter gear.
okay, cool.
The other day I had the AC on in a room for 2 hours just so I could put a hoodie on for like half an hour and feel good about myself.
I love the cold weather, man. That's like something that's I'm very much into that.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes me upset that I don't have my own AC, so I've just been like kind of dying.
Yeah. I feel
But
that.
when they say winter gear, what do you think that means? I think that means like are they talking about like parkas? Or are they talking about like flannels and like stuff?
I think it depends, because honestly, when I was reading through this and I saw bringing it back, that's the category I saw flannels in, realistically.
Okay. I don't know. I think personally I dress pretty good, but like,
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick sexy.
yeah, you know what? I'm just saying sexy. It's just the way it is.
Next question. Pick a kind of transportation. Anything as long as it runs. Single rider. A self-driving car. A car with great mileage. Carpool. A sports car. I don't care as long as I can sleep along the way. Public transportation. Anything fast. I'm more worried about the destination than getting there. Hitchhiking. A bicycle.
I'm gonna say public transportation.
Yeah, because I don't really like driving. So, but I hate the public transportation experiences I've had.
I'm just like, I don't know. I'm a big like advocate for public transportation.
Yeah,
I think
when it works.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like, I think we need more trains in this country.
Oh, for sure.
So, like,
That being said,
yeah,
the Boston Transit Service, not the best.
right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I think I like driving. It's just too bad. It's bad for the environment.
Mm-hmm.
If I had public transportation where I lived and it was like a little bit more feasible, I would use it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say public transportation.
I think I'm usually more focused on the destination, especially because recently I've just been the one that like finds the destination on a trip. So
All right, man. That's a good one. That's like kind of like poetic too.
yeah. What's your ideal vacation? Somewhere secluded, in a cabin in the snow, somewhere romantic, partying in a major city, somewhere historic, road trip, anywhere with great beaches, small town living, somewhere I can gamble, staycation, camping, a desert island.
Personally,
Yeah.
somewhere historic.
Okay. Any standouts? Dream
Well,
vacation?
Dream vacation. I would love to go to Amsterdam.
That'd be cool.
I think there are a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff to see there. There's some history there.
Yeah, that'd be a neat one.
Yeah.
If it was 90% of the time, I feel like I'd want to just be like somewhere secluded, like cabin in the woods, cabin on a lake, something like that.
Okay.
But at least once, maybe I missed my chance, but at least once I'd like to do a road trip. So I'm gonna do a road trip.
Yeah. You ever thought about doing one like across the U.S.?
If I had the time and funds and a quarantine-free world, then yes.
Yeah, I know. It's just something I've thought about. Like, it would be
Yeah.
cool to do.
Yeah, it would be. Next up. Friends would... Oh, we should answer this one for each other. Friends would describe you as the leader,
Okay.
a frenemy, a good influence, the planner, crazy, career-driven, friendly and extroverted, ride or die, loner, a hopeless romantic, family-driven, hardworking. I got mine locked in for you.
I'm gonna say. For you, it's kind of like between three of them. I'm
Really?
thinking the planner, career-driven, and hardworking. You're all three of those things.
I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you.
No,
For
it's just-
you,
Yeah.
good influence.
Oh, thanks.
You make the show better. I used to say that every week. I don't say it enough anymore. You make the show better.
Thanks, Christian. I always have a blast doing these shows, man.
Yeah.
You're a good influence on me.
Thank you.
But I think out of the three that I picked you, I have to pick one, right? So I'm gonna say career-driven.
All right.
It kind of encapsulates all of them.
I appreciate that. All right. Next up, favorite Star Wars character. If you listened to our episode a couple weeks back, you already know this.
Yeah, legit.
Obi-Wan Kenobi for me.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker for me.
So,
We don't
Uh,
need to go through.
choose a Star Wars career. Bounty hunter, Jedi, spy, gangster, Sith, pod racer, hacker, smuggler, stormtrooper, emperor, general, pilot.
Yeah. Dude,
I mean-
who would choose Stormtrooper?
I don't know. I mean, I know like 3 people from my real life high school that probably would have been a stormtrooper based on their current career path.
Oh, yeah.
But so like, you know, it could be someone's choice. Someone could want to be a stormtrooper. Finn chose to do that. Well, he didn't really choose. He got like robbed of a family.
True. Yeah.
I know we just got assigned Jedi, but I'm feeling smuggler.
You're feeling Smuggler.
Less commitment,
I'm feeling General.
like General Kenobi or like General Organa.
Like General Organa, not Kenobi.
All right, I feel that.
Like General behind the scenes General.
Sure. Actually, okay, here's the thing. Smuggler would be great, right? But I
Mhm.
think it's mostly because of flying, and I don't think I would last long in the Star Wars underworld, so I'm gonna say pilot.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
That's even less commitment.
Wait, what, you don't want to be Emperor, Christian?
I mean, if I get to come back every 10 years, then maybe.
Yeah. Every 3 movies I get to come back.
Yeah. Choose a companion. You got a Tauntaun, a Babu Frick, a Porg, 3PO, Jar Jar, BB-8, K2SO, Boga, an Ewok, Chewbacca, R2, IG-11.
R2, man.
Yeah, R2 is my favorite droid, but I feel like I'd only choose R2 if I could understand him.
I think if you're going to choose R2, you're doing so under the impression that you do understand what he's saying.
Yeah, but let me tell you, out of this list, I'm really feeling K2 as a buddy.
All right.
So I'm gonna go with K2.
I would say it's probably between R2 and BB-8. I love BB-8,
True, yeah.
but R2's just he's the man.
All right. What's the biggest problem in the galaxy? Evil regimes, liars, manipulators, bad fathers, no compromise, no respect, evil men, oppression, nobody helps anyone, war, boredom, wildlife destruction.
I'm gonna say the biggest problem in the galaxy is what is the biggest problem in our galaxy, and that's oppression.
You said oppression?
Oppression.
Yes. Yeah, I think I'm between oppression and wildlife destruction. But oppression's, yeah, that's definitely it. Interesting. We have our results.
Yeah. You go first this time. What you got?
I got Revenge of the Sith.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my Scorch the Earth? What do you care? You do what it takes to get the job done. You have deep beliefs, but when things go wrong, you're not just going to crumble. You take charge and lead with your strength. You know as long as you don't lose yourself, it'll all work out, right?
Wow.
I don't know if that's entirely accurate. I feel like I can adapt well. Like I'm not deep rooted in any beliefs really outside of what I think is good, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's as spot on as the one before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. That's an interesting one.
Yeah. What do you get?
I got a Rogue One.
Okay. What do you have?
It says, "You're a total outlier. You shouldn't work, but you do." All right. You respect where you came from and find a way to still hit hard. If people hold on and take the ride, you are dark, delicate, and impossible not to love.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good one. I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
I'm a Rogue One apologist.
And I mean, I feel like that description's pretty accurate, you know?
I guess so. I don't know if I'm really an outlier. But...
Yeah, maybe not what they lead with, but similar to Leia, like it all comes together in the end, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, those were our quizzes. Those are our answers. Listeners, viewers, if you took them alongside us, go to the YouTube video, comment what you got on all 3 quizzes, because I'm curious.
That was fun. That was really fun.
Yeah, it was. And let me tell you, BuzzFeed's got a whole lot more of these. So, if we're ever late on news again, maybe we dip back in.
I mean, honestly, it was kind of fun. I'd definitely do it again.
It was, yeah.
But we do have plans for next week's episode.
We do. Mike, why don't you tell the viewers and listeners what we're doing next week?
So next week we're going to be talking about Season 2, Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
So, yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. But until then, Mike, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mike P. Connors.
Very nice. If you want to find me anywhere, it's at Chris N. Buckley on Twitter and Instagram. Here as well, youtube.com/joyclicks. We have a lot of stuff going up this week, including this here podcast. I got top 10 list about video games going up this Friday. A handful of other things, more Avengers streams coming up.
Big stuff.
Yeah. So
when are you doing the Avengers streams?
Friday around whenever the beta goes live and our friends are free. That is when I'm going to be streaming it.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, you can look forward to that. The past weekend's streams are still up on the channel. And if you're on YouTube, there's a bunch of other stuff there as well. This show is available on podcast services though, like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you can rate it. Yeah, if you can rate or review on those platforms, it'd be greatly appreciated. It helps the show out a ton.
I love you forever and always.
Absolutely. And Mike, you know how we were we called an audible almost. We were like, you know what? No news. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
If listeners want to get involved with the show, they can go to patreon.com/joyclicks, where, for just $2 a month, you can submit talking points, questions, comments of any sort of Star Wars relation to the show in a segment called Wills of the Force, I think we decided on.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, so you're telling me, hold on, Christian, you're telling me that for only $2,
yes,
our listeners can submit questions, topics, ideas that we will cover in an episode of Jedi Knights?
absolutely.
That's insanity. That's so cool.
And we have 3 tiers on that Patreon. The $2 tier is the one in the middle. So if you do support at the $2 tier, you will also get early access to certain shows and a bunch of influence over the other podcasts as well, like the JoyClicks Gamescast, streams, and a bunch of stuff like that. So $2 gets you a whole lot on JoyClicks. So
nice.
If you're interested, you can check it out. But
for sure.
Mike, it's been a pleasure as always. I feel like I don't know if I learned anything about you today, but I feel like I had things reaffirmed.
I don't know, Christian. I think it was if anything, it was a reaffirming podcast. I don't know. There were some compliments thrown around. I liked that part.
Yeah, me too. So, until next week, be sure to get caught up on Star Wars Rebels Season 2 and then Vader by Charles Soule for the week after that. But
yes,
it's been an episode. So, until next time, we're fine. Everything's fine. How are you?
May the Force be with you.
General Kenobi.